Alright. With some level of organization this time, go for it.
We now pick up with our... Still not going to use the word heroes. Let's go with adventurers. Back on the trail once more. You've managed to defeat, murder, solve, mostly just hit with blunt sticks, the carnival of terrors, horrors, and no fun whatsoever. It was a very strange experience, to say the least, and you're still not sure exactly how much time you may have lost or gained or any of that. However, there are some advantages. You did pick up a few things of interest, and you now have a pet dog, so that's nice. However, apparently, whatever amount of time passed lost you whatever lead you might have had on your apparent pursuers. For according to Valyria, and confirmed by the others, it seems as though people are coming and charging up the path behind you, and according to your logic, it's a pair of Templars who may or may not want a word. With that in mind, you sent off the fire-happy mage and the dwarf to go hide. The dwarf because he hides well, and the fire-happy mage because you don't want to die.
Did we ever actually make the maps 1 yard? Or 2, like they're supposed to be?
No, it looks like they're still in Hobbit feet. Or at least this
Oh,
one
this
is.
one get fixed now, but the other ones did.
Okay.
Yeah, this one I didn't edit at all, my mistake, oopsie doodle, but the other ones are all in proper.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
each
that's
square should
probably,
be 2 yards in this system, yeah.
And that's probably also why Warp doesn't have control over token.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything to this one at all because I was busy with other crap.
Yes, and Queen Lorraine at our backs.
Empress, back off. Okay, with that in mind, there are definitely people coming up the path on horseback. Any particular reactions before they arrive?
I remember that we were going to put the other 2 bedrolls away. I thought we had already done that, but yeah, either way, they're not visible.
Where do you put them?
Basically look like they're packed up and just toss them in with the other stuff. That way I can
Just
pretend
spares.
they're like, yeah, they're spares.
Okay.
I should have my bow, like, ready, but not drawn or anything.
Alright, just you have a bow.
And well, I think I missed you guys setting up for the approaching riders while I had to step out at the end of last session. So possibly this conversation has already been had.
That's okay.
So,
we're recapping.
So, Valeria, what's our story if we're traveling alone?
Well, we obviously can't hide what we're carrying. So, we are what we are, guarding for a shipment.
Alrighty. The smallest caravan of caravan guards ever seen.
Our boss was cheap. That's what we can go with.
Alright. Sounds good to me.
Clippity cloppity cloppity clippity clop 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 clop. Cloppity 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 stop. A pair of extremely heavily armed and testy, I suppose you could call their stance, looking Templars have pulled their horses aside. The horses look not so good. They've not been mistreated, just they're exhausted. It's clear they've been riding these things hard for a while.
With 500 pounds of armor on their back, I don't doubt it.
Yeah. One of the Templars immediately steps off his horse and just marches towards you, like, immediately.
The ground shakes.
May or may not.
Are they carrying torches, or are they riding in the black? Or how bright is it out tonight, by the way?
Well, it's in the dark, but sundown happened only moments ago. Like,
okay,
the sun's been down for a little bit, but not very long. He is carrying a torch. You had a campfire going and it's still smoking a bit. It's dark, and I'm not sure if you'll remember. Valeria, roll a memory test, essentially. Which is just cunning. If you don't have focuses, anything that would help.
I believe she doesn't know if she has focuses that would help.
Well, heraldry might help in this case.
Oh, then if that does help, add +2.
In that case, you most definitely recognize this Templar. That's all right.
I also think I rolled incorrectly.
You probably did, yeah. You might want to roll with D6 instead. We gotta wait to use the D20s. Well, that's Orin either way. I forgot you had the focus in that kind of auto. Yeah, you're fine.
And
where to go?
As an elf, I'm going to let Valeria speak first.
Smart.
Could you reiterate what it was that you remembered? Because you started saying it and then he got interrupted again.
That's Templar Orin, the one you talked to about a mage burning down a certain inn. And how he helped you get inside the elf alienage. He radiates peeved. His stance is aggressive and unhappy. And apparently he recognizes Valeria because he points to her and goes, Lady Thorn, explain.
Well met.
I did not ask you for your...
Explain what, per
I'm not
se?
here for niceties. There is a mage on the run, in the loose, damn near burned down the entire alienage, at least one warehouse, that inn, and has killed someone. Why are you on this road in the same direction this mage has fled?
We all must
I do
earn
not believe in
work.
coincidences.
And that same fire caused my employer to be worried. We had to leave earlier with these goods.
Goods. He doesn't start touching anything, he's looking. You presume he's looking. He's wearing a full helmet, like you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Could be blowing goddamn bubbles. There are lots of roads out of the town, Renlishan, but there are two main roads, essentially. And you happen to take the north one and have maintained that road. I mean, you could take a backwoods road, but you get lost fast, and they'd tell. Presumably, they could tell when you leave the main road. Alright, well, when that's handled. Orin is just sort of inspecting, and the other Templar, scoots his horse a bit closer, along with the spare horse, and watches.
Valeria so far is keeping her hands well clear of her weapon.
Strange goods you transport by yourselves.
Like I said, he was in a hurry and cheap.
And what is your destination?
Orzammar, it's a long trip.
Orzammar, with this.
It's only what I was told. I don't question. Not if I want payment.
Irritating. Bit of a large fire for just two.
The light helps. We've seen wolves lately.
And bears.
Yes.
He just sort of scans the area. Ogre and Cerebus stealth checks.
That adds a 6, I believe.
He should be good. He doesn't, you're not sure, but he has an immediately drawn sword and charged, so. Alright, he continues to scan. I'm just rolling some shit on him. Have you seen any others along this road?
Your mom.
We saw a caravan that had been hit by bandits about a day out of...
Yes,
Denerim.
Yes, Denerim. There we go. Couldn't remember which one was the country, which one was the city. About a day out of Denerim, but Not since then.
No other travelers? No evidence of other travelers?
Well, there was a strange circus we passed.
Circus?
Not an hour
Cursed
back.
land. Nothing good was
if you
there.
saw a meadow on the north side of the road, the Fade is in this land.
Yes. We noticed that. It was a circus at some point, you say?
Tents, cages, dead animals still walking about. Yeah, circus.
That is a major breach of the Fade. That is concerning. This mage is clearly gone just completely mad and has begun breaking the very laws of reality. We must hurry. If you see this mage, either kill it or get to us, report it to us, something.
How would we know this mage when we saw him?
That dog. Where did you get it?
It was nearby. As to the circus, seemed
That
like it was.
explains it then.
Yes.
Oh, the dog. Well, it's. I do not know how to explain this other than it is magic. I'm not a mage. I'm not supposed to understand this. I merely can trace it, and to be honest, I have been following. Well, I had presumed the mage was with you, but clearly I must have confused that with your dog. It most likely is just after effects of being so near the Fade. Same with the rest of you. For whatever reason, the dog's is stronger. Perhaps he was in it longer. I do not care. Do not know. Good day to you.
Good day, sir.
Gallop, 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 gallop.
They don't even have horses. They just have coconuts.
Yes.
That
They
would be
have a really high move speed.
That would be clop, 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 clop. I would. Oh. Sense motive, is that a cutting or a communication in this system?
Communication.
Yeah, because there's no reason to not. I just want. Out of character, I get the feeling he's not going far and is just waiting for us to screw up, and I want to know if Rin knows that.
It is actually
Plus
thanks
0.
to your enhanced hearing and your elfin ears, I suppose we can call them. You are distinctly aware that clippity cloppity gallopy gallopy sound should have continued on for quite a ways, especially since everything else falls silent when something that loud comes by.
Before it becomes
and it's
inaudible.
halted way too soon. So either they got off their horses, or they died, or they have vanished into the ether, or they have deliberately stopped. Not very far ahead.
Valeria, on the other hand, has the wrong then conclusion regardless. It seems odd for two of them to have come alone. There might be more on the way.
They're not. They haven't gone nearly far enough. They're out there.
Very well. We'll make sure not to call the others back.
Well, either that or +2 magic. How likely am I to know that the Fade could have just swallowed them whole in the middle of the night?
You literally got swallowed whole by the Fade by walking to a carnival. It's super fucking likely. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. It's really super unlikely, but it's not off the table.
Either that or there's another circus about 200 yards down the road that they stopped at.
I think either option bodes caution. We must go about as if we are only two.
I'm going to stride out into the road a bit just to get a clear line of hearing and listen for any other motion on the road in either direction.
Roll, please.
This wouldn't be perception searching. It'd be a different perception
Based on sight or hearing. If you had to focus on either of those, you are literally looking.
Despite these elf ears, I do not have a focus in hearing, but there's my perception.
Outside of the wildlife that's slowly picking up, you don't hear anything.
Don't hear anyone coming. How good of an imitation can Mogren do of a sack of potatoes?
I don't worry about Mogren.
Well, I'm worried about seeming to be more than two of us.
Oh, do not mistake me. That is a concern, but I'm fairly sure Mogren can keep hidden. I'm not sure what to do with Sarabas.
Speaking of Mogren, he's trying to find a comfy tree root right now.
He can literally not find one in this whole goddamn forest. He's not an elf.
Well, if you want to go into the dark and confer with them out of the campfire light, I'll keep watch in case they come back in a hurry. Hey, upside in that armor, we'll hear them coming through the brush if they decide to come not by the road.
However, we are seen well into the light. We may want to wait until we leave. Give them enough time to consider we need to take care of business before we turn in again.
Righto. I heat some jerky in the campfire and then set up to take over watch.
I will act as if to sleep. I'll wake in 10-15.
Well, that's supposed to be Lorraine. For whatever reason, it didn't work. Lorraine wants jerky.
Yeah, you used /emit instead of /me.
I must have forgot the end. Oopsie doodle. Whatever. Lorraine wants jerky.
I'll peel off a strip of it.
Happy
I like
dog.
to think the dog just says Lorraine wants jerky now. Hey, Lorraine wants jerky. Nom, 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 nom.
Happy dog. Happy dog now sleeps on master.
Crunch.
Specifically, it lays on your legs. I mean,
Regardless,
Crunch.
she will be waiting at least
Lorraine
a
is not a
reasonable
Manabari.
time.
She's big, but not that big.
Mastiffs can go up to 300 pounds.
Manapari are bigger.
Mabari.
Alright, Mabari. The
Regardless,
point is, it's supposed to be a hunting dog, but not like dire bear hunting dog. It's just a hunting. Like, the biggest thing it probably ever killed was like a smallish bear, and that was probably with help.
How dare it kill hairy gay men?
Well, all right. So with let's see. So nothing happens on your particular watch, Renlishin, Mogren, Cerebus. Do you just kind of sleep in the woods?
Skullhat,
What?
we're not going an entire watch without her going to get them. Or at least
you're
talk
gonna go
to
get them now?
No, she's waiting, say, 15 minutes or a bit longer, and then making as if she needs to use the bathroom.
Oh, you're broken wing gambit. Okay, I got you.
In case we're being watched.
In that case,
Broken Wang Gambit?
yeah, well, that's the same thing that basically happened. The broken wing gambit is it's generally used to refer to the whole oh, I'm totally hurt fainting maneuver where like, oh, my leg is hurt and I'm limping, so you should totally attack my leg. Surprise! Kick in the face.
I totally gotta pee, so you should attack my groin.
No, it's more like, I gotta go pee, we're vulnerable right now, you probably should attack now. There's also used to describe things that are just like feint maneuvers. Anyway, moving on. Valeria goes into the woods to go find her friends. Lorraine trots behind. Do you hide from your friend?
Yeah, screw her.
Roll stealth. Valeria, roll perception, I guess. You don't notice Cerebus anywhere.
Mogren will not.
You spy a dwarf, though.
I imagine I'm just standing there pretending to be a gargoyle statue.
So common in this neck of the woods.
So yes, it is exactly what we feared.
Lorraine finds Cerebus and drags him by his robes to Valerian and wags her tail like expecting a treat.
She'll give Lorraine praise. She doesn't have food on her.
Wow, that was actually really good for even for Lorraine. Like, you never mind the focuses she has in this shit. Like, that's a good
double
damn roll.
sixes. Mogren is going to keep his crossbow at the ready. So, an entire caravan of Templars, or
2 is bad enough, but that is only what we've seen. We're fairly sure they're still nearby. They did not make enough noise for leaving. Which means they're watching us. Which means they're waiting for us to mess up and show you.
Did someone say Templars? But take off into the woods. Roll a new character.
If you want, that'll solve the problem.
No, I'm just screwing with you.
Well, available NPCs for you to take over include this dog.
Yay! I can be the dog from the game.
That dog's awesome.
Carry on.
I never used him.
Well, his character's still awesome.
it was kind of OP. Big
Yeah,
group stun.
It's one of the reasons why I never used him.
So we need 2 things. We need you to stay out of sight, but we also need you to be able to travel with us in the morning. They may watch us well beyond then.
What do you think I am, magic?
Look,
Yes.
how about Starbus stays here, and I go scouting ahead to see if they're still hanging around?
Very well. But try not to lead them back here if you do get caught somehow. And keep in mind, they seem to be able to detect magic, which apparently is clinging to all of us from this. You might not be able to sneak around as much as you think.
Hmm.
Want me to just set the forest on fire? That'll cover our retreat.
Valerius ignoring that, by the way.
Bloody stone curtain magic. Fade bullshit.
It's on the table. It shows my flaming hand.
Fine, I guess we're
Refrain
sleeping
from
in the
magic.
woods.
Okay. I need to get back. If they're watching, I can't be gone for long.
Quick, get the dog to lick you till you're not full of magic anymore.
Maybe that's why the dog is magic.
Yeah, look off of everyone.
Make sure it gets every nook.
Mogre is going to make a pillow out of his cloak and hood.
You didn't hear it from me, but I hear you can get use peanut butter to make it get you.
Y'all are insane.
A little bit.
So, you're gonna go sleep out there then?
Have cloak and other things for blanket and pillow.
Cerebus, do you copy his example or just cold hard ground?
I'll sleep in a tree.
Tree it is. I need you
Don't
both to
roll in
roll
your
con
sleep.
checks then. Constitution check, health thing.
+1.
Cerebus.
If this is a stamina thing, I have a focus. Otherwise, it's +0.
Your stamina will work for this one. So, another 2 then. Alrighty. So both got 11. Renlishin, your shift ends uneventfully. It's still quieter than it should be, in your opinion.
I go wake Valeria for her shift.
Valeria. Dog butt.
What?
Lorraine is laying backwards on you, so the first thing you do when you open your eyes and look down is dog butt.
Shove. Hey.
I'm telling you, it's a mage disguised as a dog.
All right, Valeria, I need a. Yeah, that's for you. It's just yeah, perception. Yeah.
+0.
One
Can use
moment.
points if they apply.
I've just thought of something that could get us hosed if Rin remembered it or not. What's the
Is it a
equivalent? Cunning
hose?
is the equivalent of an int check here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's plenty good. Rin makes a point of recalibrating in his head when to wake the next person for shift, as though there was only 2 people. So midnight, instead of spreading the night 3 or 4 shifts wide.
Good catch. Because Valeria notices there is a Templar. You don't know which one, just a. Neatly camped out and watching you from a distance. He's pretty well hidden, all things considered. You got lucky, but he's there. Or she, or it, just watching. Not necessarily you, but the camp as a whole, and in a good position to do so.
Let me see. She resists the urge to wave.
Lorraine is asleep on your legs.
Eh.
Lorraine is very much a cuddler.
To be honest, she doesn't really mind that.
Well, if you're not going to do anything about it or say anything, another one, please, as the watch continues.
Less good.
All right. Lorraine perks and just kind of trot, 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 sniff, 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 low growl.
She'll follow enough to at least get another look.
Okay.
Okay. Derp.
With the assistance of Lorraine, there are definitely some wolves stalking, but they seem very disinclined to come near you. However, your friends are in the woods.
Like, she just sees them, like, crossing the road, prowling about the camp type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're literally kind of like just crossing the road and sniffing and being, wolves. And if they stay near, there's a good chance they might find your friends who are nowhere near the campfire in the safety of the horse.
She's going to take a piece of jerky they have sitting around and toss it onto Rinlishin.
Borf! Immediate, full body just tackle. Really should. You mean murdered by a dog?
Not the face.
I'm sure the face is now lick, lick, lick.
Very much so. Lorraine is an affectionate dog.
Off.
She's very carefully looking as if she's not looking at him right now. Wolves warn the others.
Dusts self off, gets up.
Happy dog.
Come on, heel? No, ankle. Ankle. This way.
Borf.
I stride out into the woods and hope they're going to find me.
Mogren and Cerebus, please both roll. Perception. You're mostly asleep, I'm presuming, so...
As asleep as you can be in the woods. +1.
Alright, Cerebus notices, and by extension, Mogren will quickly notice, because Cerebus makes a lot of noise whenever he shifts on that damn branch. Cerebus, you've noticed Rinlishin.
For some reason, I can't click my guy to impersonate him.
Eh?
Well,
He's green when you select him.
yeah.
There's green and white outline.
Yeah, I can't seem to right-click anything.
Yeah, you don't have ownership.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. That would explain the problem.
It should be fixed now. So, you see Rinlichen marching in here, dog at his heels. Keep here, happy to see you.
Oh, sorry, Brad, did you say something?
Hello.
Ooh. Oh. Trying to keep my voice down. Just so you know, wolves prowling about. Where's Mogren?
I think he's over here. And I sort of kick out.
Hey, you'll want to get up that tree too. Wolves in the area.
Lick face, lick face, lick face, lick face.
Okay, fucking dogs.
No. Fucking wolves. Get up in the tree.
Mogren will pick up his makeshift pillow and blanket and try to climb tree.
Want me to climb?
But strength?
Yep.
+1.
You are 1/3 of the way up the tree. Again. You're now on the ground. With a sore butt.
Ow.
How much noise did that make?
Just a light thump. You doubt anyone that's not a dog is going to hear that.
Okay.
It would have made a bit more noise if I'd been higher up, maybe.
Yeah.
By the way,
Try
what's
again.
the ground cover like around here? What kind of forest are we in?
Very sparse, unfortunately. At least at this point.
So open spaces between the trees, but
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is the occasional bit of undergrowth, but it's much deeper in.
Can I
Okay.
use my crowbar as a makeshift, climbing apparatus?
You may. That'll add +1.
+2, then.
Alright, you're a quarter of the way up.
Another +2.
You're 1/2 of the way up.
Still
You are
+2.
back down to a quarter.
Okay, when you say halfway up, do you mean to the top or to safe
where he
purchase?
needs to be.
Okay.
+2 again.
Okay, making progress. One more.
Ah!
There. You're where you need to be. That's just 13 plus the 5 stone points is enough by itself to get you to the point. You are now in a branch near Cerebus's branch. You're way too high up for a dwarf. It's unnatural.
Yes, going to hug the tree and make sure my crossbow is nearby.
It is.
All right. Good on you. I stride a little ways away from them, and since I'm already up, take the time to relieve myself before heading back to camp.
Lorraine pees on their tree as well. Happy dog wagtail.
Throg.
Well, that should take care of things for the night. You want me to stay up with you, or them looking, or are they staying away?
So far, staying away. They've set up camp. I'll be fine. Get rest. We'll need it.
I move my bedroll closer to the fire, between it and the and the wagon, maybe, and then try to get some more rest.
Are you there?
Sure.
Alright, Valeria, one more roll then. Perception. Jesus, alright then. Okay, you know for a fact the wolves definitely were going towards where your friends are hidden, but wolves can't climb trees, so... Pardon me. Sounds a good call there. No idea, sir, but no idea.
I'm sure
Right
somebody will have made a
then.
playlist of all of them on YouTube.
The sun breaks the sky.
Oh no!
Dawn has broken and taken the fucking pot with it.
Shards of the sky fall on you. Make a reflex save.
Sky's falling. Well, it's morning. Do what thou will about that.
Alrighty. Well,
You do not have to wake up at the crack of dawn. It's just you can.
Oh, we should. I suppose Valeria and I should make like we're breaking camp like normal.
Valeria, is the camp still there for them?
You don't know. You can only keep your eyes so much on them so long, so you're not sure if he's moved or not.
About how far off was this Templar watching us?
No more than, what was it? A little over 200 feet.
Just set himself up with a comfy branch to sit on, and are we talking one of the armored ones, or?
From what Valeria could tell, armored, and was just in a position where basically two trees were unusually close to each other. I could just kind of lean on one.
Okay. All right. Well, Ren will break camp and try and look around to see if they're still being watched.
Not that you can tell.
I think that would be perception searching, so +2.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Either he's moved on somewhere further up, stopped watching, gone to bed. I mean, presumably there's only two of them, so...
What we've seen. All right. Is this representing just an opening in the trees beside the road, or is this just better trampled dirt beside the road and the tree coverage is somewhat sparse around us?
That second one, it's just a better trampled bit of area because people tend to camp here frequently, and this tree cover is sparser near the road, but it's got trees.
Yeah. About how, like, through the trees, about what's max line of sight distance?
Oh, 120 feet before you start getting unreliable, and maximum I'd say around 300.
Okay, pretty open, especially with day breaking. I don't think we've got any choice other than to, just get them to sneak their way back over to the camp and get into the back of the wagon, or, well, either that or we get them to meet us near a landmark down the road and they go overland. You?
The only other thing I can think of is some sort of distraction, and I can't think of one that would allow them to get to the cart. If we let the horses loose, these don't even look likely to run.
Yeah. And worse, what if we let one of them loose as a distraction and we can't get it back?
Exactly.
Don't suppose you're, don't suppose the Empress there is, couldn't sniff any of them out?
Happy dog wagtail.
I'm unsure if I could... I'm sure that she could, but I don't have her trained for that command. I have not known her long.
Well, which of those ideas do you like better? Having them try to stumble their way over here and we tie them to the bottom of the cart or stuff them under the food rations, or...
If it was only Mogren, it'd be easy. No, they may have to go separate. Once the Templars bore of us and move on, we can find them again.
Yeah, where's that map? Are there any along this road in the direction we're going? Is there any like rivers coming up or something?
I believe it's a question for our GM there.
What's a
He's
DM?
dead.
Okay.
I was dead. What's up?
I was asking. We're trying to figure out what to do. Want to evaluate the possibility of them going separately, like cross country, and meeting
I
us
heard
further
that,
down the
yep.
road. Looking at the map, in the direction we're going along the road, is there any rivers coming up in the next, say, 2 days walk, or is there any small villages up ahead, or
Well, there is the village of Goldberry.
about how far?
Oh, less than a day's travel, to be honest. You're damned close.
But is that a day by road or a day cross country?
That would be a day by road. Most people are dumb enough to go cross country. I did say less than a day by road. It would take you 3/4 of a day, but you'd get there. Assuming you're where you are on the map, based on how far you think you've traveled and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I should like to make a roll to determine how accurate I think my estimate is then.
Please roll.
Cunning?
That would do it.
+2.
Alright, if you go to the map, I will readjust to where you think you are now. You believe yourselves to be where the marker is.
Alright. Could we get a point where this village is?
Sure, I have a little village marker. Hold on. Somewhere.
I've got a goodly set of them if you don't.
Well, I did, but I'm not finding it quickly. Go ahead and put yours down. Where did it go? Sure, I had one. Yeah, it'll do. Take that one, as it's a fairly small thing. The village of Goldberry sits about there.
Alright. I ask Valyria if she thinks that's reasonable. We can follow the road and meet us there.
I see no other choice, but it is very likely the Templars will search that place.
We'll have to burn that bridge when we reach it.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Oh, right, phrasing. No, that's exactly what we should be afraid of. Well, it's your turn to take the pisser in case they're tracking which of us does.
Very well. Make sure the horses are taken care of, if you please. Just an apple or two each.
I tend to the horses.
Sorry, I was just checking something. What'd you do?
Oh, we won the game?
Oh, neat.
I'm tending to the horses, and she's it's her turn to wander into the woods, pretend to piss, and let our friends know.
Alright, Mogren and Zervas are easy enough to find, mostly because they've been up for the past 2 hours and are utterly fucking miserable. Want to know why you're miserable?
Why?
Wolves and scratching and sniffing at your fucking tree, that's why.
Probably not still, or we'd be able to see it, but in the night.
No, they fucked off 2 hours ago, but that's why they've been up.
What, Mogren didn't shoot at one?
The howling would have made a lot of noise.
That would not have discouraged them.
No,
You've been awake for 2 hours, you actually.
Mogren has been.
So you'd sleep through like wolves scratching at your tree all night.
Sure.
He is a Kunari.
Fair enough. Lorraine pees on the tree that the dogs just peed on, which is your tree, so it's been peed on like 3 times, goddamn now.
I should probably wake up and climb down the branches by now.
Probably should.
Come on down.
The leader is waiting for you.
Got any eggs?
She would have actually fought to bring over some food. That is something that's a good point.
Oh, our characters don't need to eat. This is Dragon Age.
Actually, on that note, how much of their gear did they bring out with them? I assume they brought out most of their combat gear because...
Mogren brings all of his combat gear everywhere.
I pretty much sleep in it, so...
Okay, good. Alright, so we have a plan, but you may not like it.
Guys,
it's like
I gotta
every
go.
other
I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Mogren's run off into the woods, but I'm saying right now. So it's like every other plan we've ever had.
Kinda does.
More or less.
Yeah, pretty much. Not
But
in
has Sarah
character
Boss
there,
ever
but-
liked any plan anybody's had in this party?
And when does anyone in this party like Cerebus' plans? We seem to have a bit of a disagreement going on.
Burn everything down is a great plan. I don't know what your problem is.
Okay, to be perfectly fair, it was Rin's idea to smoke those guys out of that place in the alienage. It's just that Cerebus was the one who jumped on it with glee.
Yeah, there is no character continuity. There is only pyromancy.
And you wonder why they keep you guys chained up and blind. This is why, people. This is why.
Yeah, I've already decided this is the character that has no character continuity. He just likes burning things. It's his only character point.
To be fair, for a sufficient level of mania, that is consistent with real-world mental disorders.
So enjoy carrying that around. What are you doing?
I was
we're-
kind of waiting for Ian to get back because he's probably going to be a big part of the conversation.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're waiting for him.
Okay, that's fine. I was just checking in.
By the way, in the meantime, I'm actually leveling Lorraine because I realized I have to do that. So
What's her class? Is she a warrior?
she's dog.
Is that actually
Yes.
somewhere?
No. I invented it in a sense because monsters and things don't progress in classes like everyone else does. They have their own little way of doing things. So, for the purposes of, she is class dog, and I already listed out how she figures out her leveling.
I do have one question with that that we might want to look into. Because it's sort of like what Pathfinder does. At a certain level, she probably should have a damage die increase.
She will.
Okay, cool. Because, like, I have no way of scaling that, really.
No, that's automatic that I take care of. I just gave you the parts that matter for you, I gave you.
Okay. I figure because she has only known her so long, if she's trained to anything here, it's going to be a perception focus in searching, because I think that's in...
She already has it.
I gotta go. For
No,
a
she
second.
doesn't. You gave
I'll
her
try to be
smelling
back
and
sooner
tracking.
than Ian.
Oh, searching. Right, that's different in this, yeah.
Yeah, like, Valir is probably going to be trying to train her to say, get X, and, like, you know, she can then get it.
I got back to my name being said by Tayo.
Or at least find it amongst
Yeah,
a
Tia,
bunch
what
of
were you
bullshit. Tia said
Tia.
he had to step away for a second, so...
Well, then we're back where we started. God damn it.
Well, kind of. We can handle this small bit without him, technically, because he's not...
That's true. Go on, then.
So yes, we have a plan, but it's not one you may not like, but that's all we can do.
Burn
They're
the forest
watching us
down?
carefully, and no, we're going to need to meet up further down the road. I can't figure a single way of hiding both of you in that they would not find you.
That's fine. I should be able to move through the trees pretty quickly anyway. I don't know about the dwarf, though. Want to ride on my back?
Not the stealthiest way of getting around.
It's the fastest way. We need to keep up with the horse.
You may be able to take a more direct route. Regardless, we are likely to get there first, and we will wait. We've chosen the nearby town, and she'll list off the directions because map.
But I want to Connor Kenway this shit.
Be careful when entering. The Templars may still be there. But we will be waiting at an inn for you.
Alright. Fucking trudging through forest.
I have to apologize. If I could think of something better, I would not do this.
Well, whatever. With it. Let's just fucking go.
Rather loud in that other room right now.
Part of the
Yes,
plan
we will.
allows me to burn something?
I'm sure you'll have ample opportunity if you need to hunt on the way.
Awesome.
Just be careful. They're still searching. And at that, she will turn and head back to camp.
Well, I actually do plan on making my way through the treetops, so don't know what you're doing, Logan.
What, you're gonna jump from tree to tree?
Yep.
As long as you stay in sight.
And up a tree I go. I do have a plus 7 to climbing.
Yeah, with a +7 to climbing, you can climb wherever the fuck you want.
So with that, I start making my way through the forest, through the treetops.
Alright, Spider-Man. Not really Spider-Man, though. It's more like climbing a tree, finding where they cross, climbing that tree. Slow going, but it is in trees.
Mogren will be foot-slogging it.
Good to know. And you begin your journey up the path. And I'm going to need checks from Mogren, Cerebus, and Valeriac, and everyone, basically. It's all perception, though.
May want to wait on mine till Tayo gets back.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for that one. I'll keep Mogren's and Cerebus.
9.
Though.
I don't have a perception bonus.
9 and 10, then. In the pocket it goes. I'll wait.
Okay, I'm back.
Are you, though?
Okay, so all that happened was that Ian got back, Valeria had the conversation that split them up, and she's back in camp, and we have to make some perception tests.
Yes.
Yay!
Please do so.
Okay,
think you
I'll just
passed.
roll the best I can get.
Jesus.
I've opened my mind, and I see everything.
You are suddenly a mage.
All right, then.
Lo, there do I see my forefathers. Like, literally, right there. 17 for me.
And how do I have 4 of them?
Elf families are complicated.
All right, here, I guess I'll just do this in order of who rolled. Cerebus. You in the treetops don't really see anything of note, honestly. There's not a whole lot going on around you beyond trees, and below you is just limited view due to branches. Mogren, you do find minor evidence that there's been, wolves in the area, but they've long since moved on. And the interesting bits. Lyria and Rinlishan. You, while along the road and in your cart, find where the Templars had camped out. They had obviously been deliberately watching you, but they've moved on. And thanks to Valeria's check, she knows for a fact that they moved on no less than an hour ago, and at speed. So there's a good chance they already pulled a fair bit ahead of you. Why they would do that is anyone's guess.
Trying to catch up. It's evil damn mage.
That could be it. They could have been convinced that you were telling the truth and to fuck it and to find the mage, or who knows.
Yeah, they can come back and kill us anytime.
Probably also on the thought list, yeah. With that, however, it's not long before Goldberry is in the distance. It's a very small hamlet town, but you know its existence for 2 reasons. 1, smoke. 2, lack of trees. It's very clear the trees clear up closer you get to the village.
Oh no.
Because they chop them down for wood.
I thought they chopped them down for meat.
They do that sometimes if there's squirrels in them. Speaking of, since you're approaching Goldberry and you get closer every hour or so, what to do about your 2 companions in the woods exactly? You have evidence to believe that the Templars have fucked off for now.
Oh, we're planning on just holding up in Goldberry overnight, and they should, if they don't run into too much trouble, arrive no later than midday the next day.
Ah.
Yep. And Valeria did Tyler, she did say that they'd meet them in an inn. So
Okay.
That's where we have to stay.
Places it may not have an inn, but here's hoping.
It's probably really good then that they do have an inn.
Yay. They call it the Golden Templar.
You're not that unlucky. New map has been revealed. You may go to, here, control, control.
Thank you.
I will take, Momer and Cerebus are going to be here for the sake of viewing, so.
That reminds me, I need to upload resource packs whenever you send me a new map file.
Yeah. Oops, forgot the dog.
Still loading last 2 resources. I'm guessing those tubes.
They're full of seamen. Mermaids and stuff.
You are nowhere, well, you're neither coming on that close.
I'm just amazed that they that in this tiny village they seem to have mastered the art of free energy. Either that, or they've managed to make grass run this water wheel.
Well, it's not a water wheel.
It's a hamster wheel.
Is it supposed to be a water wheel? Because it looks like a water wheel to me, but it's not. They have a windmill. That doesn't look like anything on Goldberry. Maybe it is a water wheel. Well, it's not supposed to be. It's not there. It's just I wanted a building that was that shape and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a giant hamster wheel. They run on it to provide power. Hush.
Maybe it's just Decketh.
Anyway, if you're all loaded in.
Nope.
Okay, I'll wait.
I am. I'm just screwing with you.
Stop that. All right, once you're loaded in. Notably, the town is bustling, I suppose. It's you've come in here a little late in the afternoon, so they're busy doing things for dinner for most part, as in like gathering to market and so on. Your Curious Market is technically over here. Technically. Obviously, there's more houses than this. I'm not going to... Much like Dragon Age itself, I'm not going to detail out the millions of houses we need, so... Point. Notably, there is an inn. It's called... Well, you need to get a bit closer to it, but you do see what you presume is an inn. Through judging from the sign, you think it might be called the Soaked Carp. Exactly. So yeah, there's an inn. You think it's called the Soaked Carp. That may or may not be a misspelling. You're not sure. Or maybe it's supposed to be Soaked Carpenter and they lost half of it. You don't know.
If there's writing on it, that's amazing in and of itself.
No, you're guessing based on the
logo. Yep.
It looks like a carp that looks, well, soaked. Could also be the wet carp or the floppy fish or some other names, but Soaked Carp seems right.
I think the floppy fish is the local whorehouse.
That could be true.
Okay, I know where I'm going first.
Well, you're not here yet. You are, well, a long ways yet.
He's already in there.
Speaking of, what would you like to do
I'm already
then?
in the whorehouse. I got here before you.
Yeah, you getting that fast. You just heard whorehouse and boom. What would you like to do?
What are these other buildings about? I mean, houses, obviously, but what are these other major structures? What do they look like?
You're fairly certain that that's Vendros. As to the other buildings, that one has a windmill. That one's fancier than the others in the north of it. And the one to the south is just kind of more rustic. Other than that, though, yeah, that happened later.
Yeah. Little fish like this ain't gonna have any kind of dedicated stable. Is there somewhere at or near that inn where we can lash up our horses? And is there any horses already lashed up there?
No horses that you can see lashed up. There is a spot for horses, yes. Not a spot for a cart, but a spot for horses.
Yes, the cart will be an issue.
Yeah, one of us should stay with it. I mean, I'm sure this place isn't full of thieves and beggars. It also does not look like the shining example of civilization.
Well, you've not been halted or yelled at yet, but that's mostly because everyone's at market. So, I mean, you can see them at market doing market shit, so.
At market? If there's a market here, that means this is the center of farming community all around us. In these trees? Look around at the surrounding woods.
Well, if you are looking, you do notice there are more dirt paths leading here. Like I did not detail them, but it's fairly clear there are ways to get here outside of the main roads. You see, the main road is obviously the most clear thing, but the second you look around, you realize there are like half dozen dirt paths that do lead. Not by dirt path, I mean one man walking.
This is probably what passes for a trading hub in this area, then.
Most likely.
All right.
Well, we may want to resupply while we're here. However, I am concerned about what we will do with the cart while we rest at the inn.
One of us will stay with the cart. I mean...
Yeah?
Turn on the security alarm.
one of us
So
and
what, turn on the dock?
Lorraine. Won't you, girl, just stay here with this?
Borf.
Barf!
It's
Barf.
not. No, it's been eaten well. It's been eating tasty jerky.
Not too much of it.
Asked
We
her to
need
stay
that.
and watch the cart, and she barfed all over it.
Now no one wants to be near the cart.
Well, you know
Oh,
what?
in that case, I should
This
take a
is-
dump on the wheel.
If people in the big city hate elves as much as my experience has been, maybe I should stay with the cart for now.
You might be surprised, but yes. At least there's no alienage here.
True. So it's most likely because they don't have any elves here.
All right. Well, let's
Because they killed them all years ago.
let's not park the cart blocking all that. Maybe set it up. Like we plan to be here at least overnight, so maybe set the cart up across the.
Oh god, the house is moving.
Where do you
It's a
want the
mimic,
bloody
kill
cart?
it. Just a short within sight of where the horses are, but let the horses trough. And the cart over here-ish, yeah.
They are then.
And I'll stay out here.
Does the Lorraine stay with?
Yes.
Borf. And Valeria, what do you do?
Well, they've just troughed horses. They need to at least pay the inn for services.
In what manner do you enter the inn?
Well, I assume there's a door.
No, I mean, do you like swagger inside like you own the place? Do you just try and sneak in, like try and go
Oh, not
unnoticed?
sneak in. I mean, it's a place of commerce. I walk in. I don't really need an attitude about it, I think.
All right, well, you're not much of a knight then. All right, then, you enter. First thing you notice is everyone immediately looks at you like you're a goddamn alien, which you might as well be.
Well, I am not from here.
It's an uncomfortable pause and a distinct one before they resume what they were saying in a bit more hushed tones. It's fairly crowded, at least 30 people in here. Notably, while it did get quiet, two of the people are obviously foreigners, and they'd only gotten quiet because everyone else did, and they were just curious. Because they are the ones who immediately start speaking up again, and loudly, like nothing had happened. And you know they're foreigners because, well, they're not dressed like people from around here, that's for sure. Trying to describe these two. Well, one of them is what you would probably, as a child, have declared the most Ferelden knight you've ever seen, and probably want to marry him. Because, boy howdy, that is like the most Ferelden knight that ever Ferelden knighted. I'm talking like full-on, like beard mustache combo. Guy has a broadsword, has full weight, has the cut of, he looks like a knight. If he looked any harder like a knight, he'd probably be on a horse right now.
What, he
Opposite
doesn't
him,
have one under that table?
opposite him is kind of the opposite. Like his twin, but from Orlais.
Orlais?
Twin.
Orlais
And-
is the place.
Yeah, Orlais. Yeah, Orlais. Orlayan? Yeah.
No, you were
Orlesian,
for
Orlais.
Orlesian, then Orlais
Okay,
is
sorry,
the
my
country.
brain
it's,
is...
It's French.
He's a Frenchie.
It's not France, okay?
It's
Not
space
French.
France.
The point is that they're actually very similar, except in the basic details. Like, the cut of their armor is different. He has a more grand mustache, where the Ferelden fella has a more grand beard. They're both definitely in full plate, but most definitely full plate from different lands. And they're arguing very heatedly about something. They would get stares, too, if, they weren't heavily armed and armored, and people who stare at that kind of people get their heads chopped off awful damn fast. So they do seem polite. I mean, it's yelling, but it's polite yelling.
On that note, are people staring at Valeria? Because she's also wearing medium armor, but still has a giant sword.
Oh, they already stared at you, and now they've decided not to stare at you because you have a sword.
Well, she'll try to listen in. Okay, but as she passes by without being overly rude.
I am telling you, my friend, does not matter how big your sword is or how strong your horse is. If you cannot hit if there is no skill, you cannot. I'm telling you, there's all the skill in the world. It's a matter of skill with those things. It's just, you can't. You can be as skilled as you want to be, but you don't have the strength behind it. And I'm telling you, it's not a matter of strength, and then you kind of lose track as you get close to the bar.
She probably would not be able to hold back just a small, not really mocking laugh. It's just kind of a happy laugh. This is the kind of conversation she fully understands for once.
All right, you just kind of have a happy moment there, and the innkeeper looks at you oddly. He is a surprisingly skinny fellow. He looks young, even, like younger than he should be to run this sort of bar, but you get the sense that he's way more experienced as age lets on, at least judging from the scar that runs from about the bottom of his chin southwards until you lose track of it in the tunic. Fairly thick-looking scar, too. That's not like, an animal got me. That's someone with a tick got me. Still, he'd be older than fucking 19 or something. Still, he speaks to you with respect. Ma'am, what can I get you for?
Good day. I have 2 horses I need taken care of, and I would request a room for the night.
Just one, then? All right.
Yes,
how many
though
horses?
2, and I will be needing meals for myself and my traveling companion. He is out guarding our goods.
Moving traders. That explains things. Guard and all that. I got you. He taps his nose. All right, a total of 20 silvers for the lot.
This is where I'm double checking how much money I actually have.
I only have 1 silver on me.
Yes, we haven't been paid. This place sucks.
6 silver and a groat on me.
You guys actually even have 20 silver, you bunch of hoes.
I don't know. We don't. I honestly don't do until we sell something.
I only have silver 60. Yeah, I only have a silver 66.
This was fine. Chill. Well, we've been left with our employer with far less, but we do have goods to sell. How much for the taking care of the horses, and then I may return with what I have?
Just the horses? Traders, we'll say 5 silvers. Honestly, we could use the goods.
Very well. We return with the coin.
Nah, we'll handle your horses. Just come back with the 20 silvers I need before tomorrow night or so. Like I said, travelers and traders be welcome here. We don't see enough as it is with the fucking bandits on the road.
Very grateful, Master Innkeep.
Nah, call me Timothy.
Valeria.
Lovely to meet you, Valeria. You're definitely not from around here, obviously. Denerim, I'd guess?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Surprised you made it, actually. For suddenly, the first one we've had almost a month now.
That. Yes, there was a break in the fade upon the road. Hopefully, I've closed it. But
you did that?
I have if it's permanent.
Huh.
Now.
Alright, bloody hero, you are. Oh, thank you, I guess. And didn't know about that. I want to talk to the mayor about that. Might be a reward or some crap. You have an evidence, that is.
Mostly scars of memories I don't wish to keep.
Well, that ain't real evidence, sorry to say.
No. I don't need a reward regardless. I just need a good night's rest.
Well, that I can provide. So, well, the market's still open if you want to swing by and try selling your goods, or you can wait till tomorrow. I mean, like I said, as long as I get paid before tomorrow night, I really don't mind.
Consider it done.
Good then. You want anything on your drink? You can open up a tab like everyone else in this fucking town. I expect you to pay it before you leave is all.
Allow me to see what I can acquire before I spend any more coin.
Wise move. If I can help you with anything else, just say something.
I do have one question. My companion, how
All
is
right.
the attitude towards the elvish folk here?
Could be better.
Will
We
he be
don't
having
see him very
trouble?
often. We don't keep any slaves around, and we've traded with the Dalish before. So, could be better, could be worse.
I can guarantee it will cause no trouble. I just wish that no trouble becomes of him.
I wouldn't want to try and mug you just because he's got a pair of knife ears.
That is better than in Denerim. Thank you.
And Denerim's got a whole population of elves. They get all antsy about him.
When I need food, I'll let you know, and I will hope you have coin by then.
Alrighty, miss.
She'll turn and make sure to walk past the two knights again, because she's innately curious about them.
The discussion has turned to swords, I guess would be the best thing. However, even as you pass, one of them suddenly points at you. The other one goes, hold on. Miss, come here and settle this for us.
Yes.
Listen, she's experienced in warfare, and I know Ferelden, her Aldery when I see it, alright? Here is a fine lady knight right here. One your Chevaliers love your story about that one lady one. Yes, get on with it. Alright, so, miss, if you could just solve this for us. When wielding a broadsword, one-hander, you know what I'm talking about, pommel. Is it or is it not a major insult to throw? Is the throwing the pommel at your opponent an insult, viable tactical attack?
Well,
And they're just
sir,
kind of looking at you.
first, I regret to inform you I am no knight, not as of yet.
Experience in warfare, it's enough.
However, in my experience, it is better to be alive than completely chivalrous. Practicality takes precedent.
And the expected response from a Ferelden mercenary. It proves nothing. Well, then maybe she can prove something else. Alright, so this Chevalier bastard, don't mind him, he's foreign. He just sort of sniffs, insulted slightly, but then they've been insulting each other all night, and they seem fine with it. He's convinced that Chevaliers are like knights, warfare, their way of doing it's the only way of doing it. I says he could go ahead and eat dirt. We're not going back and forth all night, but we haven't really made much progress. However, there's one way we could settle this right easy. His fancy pants over here, lost his sword, well, one of his swords, out in the woods to, what is essentially a bear, sorta. I am telling you, if that was a bear, I am a goat. Bears have 4 paws. That had 6. You say that, but it was running at you, and it's not like you had a whole lot of bears in Orlais. As big ugly beastie came at him, he swung his sword, got lodged in the thing, and he had to spur because he couldn't get his sword back, and the sword stuck in the fucker. If you could go get that, and maybe bring back its hide as proof, would prove my point. I try myself, but sorry to say, I lacking a horse. Can't really keep up. And I know for a fact you have horses.
I do.
I've been trying to, I'm just not at it.
However, they are simple draft animals, not used to combat.
Wouldn't matter so much. Matter of speed. As I said, the thing was supposed to be fast and difficult to track, right? Oi. Damn it, I can't do French is the thing.
Oui.
Someone else do French.
I can only do really insulting French.
I'll take it.
No, just pull your Pepe. Just be Pepe Le Pew and be a complete caricature that everyone would hate you for.
Point is, the Ferelden fellow is explained that he is in need of someone with a horse, preferably, to perform a task he cannot, lacking a horse, which is keep up with and slay a bear creature. An Orlesian knight was unable to. Orlesian.
It does sound a challenge. It sounds entertaining. I will not be here for long. However, I will take you up on your offer. I only have one question. Challenge? What do I have if I succeed?
They look at each other, and then the Legion. Madame, I will give you... let's say... Well, other than the honor of having bested something I could not, I suppose... To be fair, I could wager... let's see... A coin could be acceptable, but this is an honorable thing. Sword of the Beastie. And that's a fine sword, madam. Very fine. 'Twas my third cousin's, and he was a rather impressive chevalier himself. Won the third tourney, I believe. Twice indeed. The very blade. Rather keen on having it back, but if you can prove the better, then I suppose it is a fair victor's spoils.
Very well. I'll see how well I can track it, and hopefully have it back to you before the second night.
They both left their goblets, and...
She'll bow kind of a half about waist, because, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
And
you
yeah,
both for your
pretty
time.
much exactly that. They thank you for your attentions and wave you off as they resume arguing over petty things.
And she'll march on outside.
Honestly, they're at the point where they're arguing over the taste of bread in each of their respective countries. I mean, it's pretty goddamn petty.
To be honest, that sounds more or less like old friends to me.
I know, that's kind of the vibe you're getting.
So, TLDR, we just ran into two of the Three Musketeers busily arguing.
Yes.
She'll wave over to Rinlishin when she arrives.
Lauren is there first, looking at your face. Very well. Rearing up to look at.
Scruff at her ears and give her nice attention.
Flops down after getting the attention and just kind of, trots along.
So, how much fear for my life should I have?
To be honest, it sounds like it's far better than in Denerim. Don't expect them to be overtly friendly, but they should leave you alone.
Not sure I know how to deal with that. All right.
Just act as if you're among us. It seems to be about the same at times, huh? These are our other two companions.
Speaking of them, Mogren and Cerebus, you've encountered something a little problematic.
Is it a six-legged bear?
It's not a six-legged bear. It's a spider.
Oh, lovely.
Is it a bear spider?
It's a bear-sized spider.
Hey, go
Does it
get
have
me a
a-
sword while
Set
you're
of
there.
fire.
Does it have a sword stuck in its abdomen?
Maybe.
Hey, question. What happens if he uses the flaming weapons thing? Does it activate on the sword that's inside of
You
it?
have to be holding it with your hands.
Damn
so
it.
no.
Readied
That'd be awesome.
weapons, yes.
Essentially,
Okay, so that means
Uh,
Sora was to run up and
Hey,
activate flaming
maybe
weapons.
the spider
Here-
has readied it.
Hold on, here's the specifics of what's happened. Essentially, because Cerebus was in the trees, he noticed way before Mogren would ever have, that in the trees, like, not too far away from Cerebus currently, there is a fucking bear-sized spider with something glinting stuck in it. Not really asleep, just kind of coiled there with a very great deal of web around it, just kind of eyeballing him from a distance. There's no way it could get to you, like, quickly enough. You could literally just turn around and walk away the same distance it could get to you. But if
if-
Mogren passes under it, he's...
Important question from something you just said. About up in the trees? What is
Yes.
this?
Did
Tarzan
oh, yeah,
his
you
way through
didn't
the-
hear. Yeah, he's...
The answer is yes.
He has decided to go from tree to tree like some sort of squirrel man because his climb skill is just that good.
How's his jump skill?
Not so great, but I explained that he would have to take the time to like get down a tree and go to
Okay.
another tree, and he's still doing it. Oh,
Carry on.
man, don't look at me. How's this?
I believe jump is also base strength, so it's not that awful.
Yeah, he also has a decent jumping ability on top of that. So,
Okay.
So that is why, because there was an unusual choice
Canary.
that the spider, the giant spider, does not get the jump on you, and in fact you see it looking at you across like 3 trees or so. There's no real way to perform combat up here with it. I mean, try, but probably go poorly for everyone involved.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't go poorly for the Canary, because he just throws spells.
There's a lot of cover is the thing. Things in the way.
He's in a forest, and he likes fire.
And then he'd burn himself alive. What do you want from me? His tree is not flameproof.
Isn't most trees rather flameproof?
Relatively, but that's even if he manages to set things on fire, that means he's on fire too. So,
How about we let him determine that?
I'm going to hope he tells Mogren about it. Mogren's on the ground and doesn't notice this.
Mogren is trudging through forest. Is Brad here?
Yeah, I'm here. I think I might hit with a fireball.
Oh, you can try. Go on.
Well, yeah, I'm going to attempt to hit it with a fireball, because getting one off is actually hard, because the target number is 17. But I might also have... But this might also end up in my character being consumed by a demon right now, so it'll be fun. No, I failed. What's my dragon die?
1.
It's a 1.
That's a mishap.
God damn it. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Oh, look, a giant spider tree. Throw a fireball at it. Oh, shit.
I need to go look up how this works. Oh, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, right, I need to, I need to roll a willpower self against the spell power, and if that fails, then I have a mishap now. That failed.
What has happened?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm stuck on spell stunts. Here we go. Okay, when casting a spell with a requirement, if the casting roll and the dragon dice is 1, mishap occurs. When there is a magical mishap, the caster immediately wills power self-discipline testing the spell's target number. A successful test means the caster is knocked prone. If it fails, the outcome of the mishap is based on the willpower's dragon die.
Of 2.
Which, according to this table, means mana burn. The mage loses health equal to twice the spell's original cost.
So 30.
22, I think.
It's
I thought it was
17.
17.
Oh,
That's
no,
the cast.
the original cost is 10, so 20.
Oh, okay.
So, Mogren, you're wandering around below there when there's a sudden detonation, and your friend has exploded. He's still alive, looks like. He just roiling raw fate energy has made a hole in reality for a sec there, and well, he's there, and part of the branch is there, and he's clinging to the back of the fucking trunk and looks scorched.
Well, I mean, it makes Mogren moving.
Yes, it does. It does a very job of that.
Hey, Mogren, there's a bear-sized spider over there.
He
And
says,
you
coughing
blew
smoke.
yourself up?
No.
I don't even need to make you roll for that one. You just know he's lying.
Okay, how about we avoid the spider?
It looks like it has an expensive thing lodged in its back.
Speaking of that spider, the second you exploded, it like jittered and left. Most animals will flee from explosions, you see, and this one.
Oh well.
Yeah. But not worry about the giant
I got rid of
spiders.
a giant spider for you, Mogren.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Good job, you spooked
I'm
it.
the greatest mage. Climb back up a tree and start swinging again.
It's like he learned no lesson.
Because
I
he
don't
didn't.
learn lessons.
Mogren just shakes head and keeps walking.
He doesn't learn lessons, he burns lessons.
This is true. We return to our friends, who are, luckily they were too far away for you to hear the boom of that, so... Maybe you saw the smoke in the way distance. Who knows? Point is, we're back to Valyria and Renlishan.
So, we have two problems. The first is that for stay, feed, and our food, we need to come up with 20 silver. But I think that will not be as much of an issue if we sell what we found in that blasted circus. Meanwhile, I have a slightly personal issue I'd like to take care of.
Okay.
A task given to me one inside may prove valuable.
Oh.
There's apparently something that an Orlesian knight couldn't kill wandering about. He sunk his sword into it, wishes it retrieved.
And I mean, you're handy with the sword and that shield and whatnot, but you can take it.
Lol.
I think that after we've been through, we may have a bit of an advantage on figuring out those sort of things. Plus, I will at least outnumber it by 2, if not more. Hopefully, while I'm in there, I'll be able to find our friends.
So hold up, there's 0 of these things? Or 1/2, or... You lost me on the math.
Lorraine will be coming with me.
Ah.
Borf.
She's actually made for these things, trained far beyond what I've done with her. She'll be able to find this.
Alright. If the other 2 make it here before you get back, how long you want me to wait for you?
We have at most enough money and goods to stay here one night. Wait one more past that, preferably without spending the coin, and then move on. I will either meet with you upon the way, or I won't.
Alright.
The only other option is for you to come with me, but then our cart is unoccupied.
Yeah, I don't want to get killed by Herrig like 4 times for not getting this there. Probably not consecutive. He'll let me heal in between them. Yeah. I'll the horses will keep me company.
If need be, sell what's there. Hopefully I'll return in time. They may tolerate you, but I have a feeling they won't give you good prices.
I'll figure it out.
Until then, we do have a tab inside. You're welcome to get food, drink, relax. Just watch the cart, please.
Righto. Good luck.
At this point, there is a slight worrisome because she's taking a horse.
You have a horse now. It has no saddle.
Yeah, well, you can ride without one.
This is true.
She
It
just
protests
won't.
that you're a heavy ass, but otherwise...
Yeah, she's not going to do combat on this thing.
You're
She
now in
technically
horse.
could. She now has mounted. She has mounted combat anyway. So.
I guess one of the horses will company.
It's the only way I can catch this thing.
You are unhorsed.
Okay.
Well,
Rin looks lost and fearful, but just watches her disappear into the distance.
pretty much. She'll be having Lorraine try to track.
Rain is good at that. So as your only companion leaves you in the shin, there's a good point where you could just fucking slurp her, screw everything.
Yeah, that is definitely not in his established character, or his written one for that matter.
I'm just saying.
But it's not like we kept him with us out of
they
force.
really
Like,
be fucking
he's
insane.
not a slave. Okay, seriously, is Valeria proving to be insane?
She just rode off on a non-combat horse with her dog to go hunt a six-legged bear. You tell me.
And besides, I can't run off now. She didn't give me a sock.
They're not really a house.
That was funny.
I'm aware. So, how level's
All
the
right,
ground
then,
in this
Rinlishin, what
village?
would you like to do while that's going on?
Yeah, how level's the ground in this village? Is it all on a level plane, or is this a bit
Oh, there's
hilly?
small swells here and there, but they're more or less all level.
Like knee-high swells, or are we just talking about
Ruts and knee-high swells.
Okay. In that case, I have only... Well, what time of day is it?
Oh, it's nearing. It's definitely evening, dinner time. The market's slowly starting to disperse, where people are heading home to, eat. So you'd wager 3 hours of sunlight left.
In that case, I may have missed my opportunity to sell some goods today.
You could still maybe pull it off, but it'd be like the dregs.
Yeah, I'm a hitch up my remaining horse and move the cart over marketwards so that I can see what business I can drum up in the dying in the dying evening.
All right. As soon as you roll in, though, people who had previously been leaving stop and turn right back around. You've actually gathered something of a small crowd around you almost immediately, or immediately interested in what you've brought.
I know I made a general survey earlier, but let's make a survey of this cart and see what do I have that definitely isn't bound for particular people in Orzammar.
Everything? It's kind of a very general pile. There's valuable ores, not super valuable, but
Well, I mean, we had a manifest. Is there anything here specifically earmarked for particular merchants in Orzammar, or is
no,
this
he just wanted you to get the fuck out of his town.
cart? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, he doesn't care what you do with the supplies in here. Apparently, he just wants you to fuck out.
Yeah.
And he wants it
Fuck
sold,
off and
preferably.
go far enough away that you don't come back. Okay.
No, he wants you back. He wants you to fuck off, sell the stuff, and return with the money.
Okay.
He just thinks it'll take you long enough to do that to where things have calmed.
All right. I attempt to get people to form an organized queue, but otherwise I try to let people see miscellaneous wares from the glorious city of Denerim.
They surprisingly, especially considering that you're an elf, pay attention. They get in organized, neat lines and bustle. They bustle a little and chatter, but they're perfectly willing to listen to you. You've been asking that for a bit, because that's never fucking happened.
Miscellaneous wares. What I hear have not made it this way for months.
Would you like me to specific out some things, or do you want me to just do a general mercantile roll?
I'm just trying to sell the crowd on the idea that this stuff is rarer than it actually likely is.
Then I need a mercantile roll.
I forget if Valeria actually grabbed, like, valuables from that one tent in the circus, or if it was just the weapon she got.
Oh, she got valuables.
Remind me what those
She
were?
grabbed what she could, so...
There is roughly, I mean, you're not particular on the value of gems and things.
Yep.
But we're looking at around 2 gold, which is 100 silvers worth of, minor gems and such. From the
Alright,
circus specific.
gotcha.
Never mind what you have in the cart, which is his entirely own thing.
Yep. Alright.
So what are you trying to
Also-
sell?
In addition to anything that the crowd would like from the cart's wares, I am willing to hawk those gems and these 2 fine bottles of Orlesian wine
Are they orange?
that I stole from that wine cellar on that one place all the way back then.
Oh, alrighty then. In that case, I need a mercantile roll for the gems first. Those go the fastest.
What's that based on? What test is that?
Cunning.
Excellent. +2.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
And hold up a second here. That's
We're in the
5
money.
stunts.
We're in the money. Seduce them!
I mean, he could, I guess.
I'm going to tag that with Tower of Will to give me a +1 bonus to any opposed tests where someone tries to put me at an emotional disadvantage or bargaining with me. And Bon mot. I tag a witty remark on one of these sales, affecting all who hear it that much more deeply. Word of my wit is likely to spread for good or ill.
Oh boy. Alright, hold on, let me make a note of that.
So
That wasn't the dog, it was someone else. Oops.
The dog!
The
Borf!
dog haggles with you. No.
Borf, borf! Jerky, borf!
Okay. With your witty and sly remarks and embracing the full styles
I'm
of
getting
your
a phone call. I'll
people,
be
you
right
come
back.
across as this fey princeling to these poor fucking peasants. One who is more richly than the others, and by that I mean, like, has a coat, actually buys the majority of your stock in gems for a rather outlandish price. You're sitting on 5 gold right now.
Okay.
Keep in mind this whole gem lot was worth 2, so you got well over double.
Wunderbar.
So it is not 5 shiny gold coins so much as 2 shiny gold coins and a fuck ton of silver.
Gotcha.
Is Rinlishin really a Tau? Because this seems to be going about the same.
Seems about.
All right. Let's try to hawk the wine next. I have 2 bottles of Orlesian wine that, if I remember right, you told me might be worth up to 40 silver each.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the mists of time.
Yes, in Denerim, among people who understand the worth of these things. Here, who knows? Roll.
+2. And the 1 from Tower of Will.
In that case, lucky for you, there's a person who actually visits the inn fairly frequently and realizes that could be worth a fair bit of money to the inn, and is willing to do a small runner job for basically 5 silvers. So after paying the man 5 silvers, you are up another full gold.
Well, I think our night's stay is handled.
Okay. You said
Essentially,
the increments are
you
100 pieces to the next piece, right?
Yeah, 100 pieces the next piece.
Okay.
So that's 100 silvers minus the 5 you paid for the runner. Essentially, the inn bought your 2 really super fancy wines for travelers to order super fancy wines.
Wunderbar.
Probably that same night.
Probably that same night, yeah.
And last of all, the general goods in the cart.
I return.
+2. 3, pardon.
Well, I'm sorry to say, you
Get
get
fucked.
crushed in this one.
Yep.
Unfortunately, compared to what else you're trying to sell, it's all super mundane. I mean, it's none of it like there's some ores there that the blacksmith has no interest in. There's some building materials that they have excess of. There's food, which they already have. There's not even any fancy spices in here, for fuck's sake. It's a very poor showing when it comes to this, and at that point, they've basically drifted off for the majority.
Are they able
You
to sell
sell
anything in
all
those?
of jack of shite.
All right.
You made a good profit, though. We can sell the rest at whatever town we go to next.
Check. Double checking. I don't have anything else here. Yeah.
This is when we just become merchant traders, and that's all we do for the rest of the game.
I mean, if you wanna. And the reason you sold jack of shite is because I rolled literally the best roll possible in the game.
Yeah, I see.
666.
Yeah. yeah. That's
So
what I
at
said.
that point, they're not
I
giving
try
you
to
money.
sell my wares and I get fucked. In that case, for the crowd starting to disperse, then
Yeah, at this point, they're definitely done. They're getting home.
one last thing I would like to check then, mostly with you because I don't know its in-game rarity or value.
Mm.
Gold firewood.
Yeah, you do.
I don't remember what that is.
You got that from the Fade.
We need to sell it to mages.
Okay.
You're fairly certain that this is wood that has been modified, changed, and become something else. You don't know magic in the Fade due to the where it was at the time. Whether or not it's truly from the Fade is in the air, but it's definitely been affected by it. And this is the sort of thing that's valuable only to people who understand magic.
Actually, let me put it face. It's probably best sold to dwarves.
That would do. Yeah, dwarves would
Because
definitely.
they'll blacksmith something out of that.
Well, more like woodcut something out of that. But yeah.
Well, no, think about it. I don't know. Maybe they could use it to burn for something and craft with the embers. So
it's hard to say, but you do know this. It's definitely going to be worth a lot, but to who and how much?
In that case, I have had my day at market.
Rather profitable, too. You are sitting on, let's see, gold for there, 5 gold there, Christ, 6 gold.
I have my in pocket total as 5 gold, 101 silver, 50 copper.
That is a lot of money.
I bring the horse to park the cart where it isn't in the way of things, but is within sight of the windows of that tavern. They're in. Tie the horse up, and no,
Party?
Rin isn't irresponsible enough. He's going to get something to eat and pay the.
Before you leave the market, though, I will point out there is more. Like the market, it has a few buildings. Those aren't just for show. They have things like a tannery, a blacksmith, the sort of things where professional goods would be made. So if you want to pick up something for yourself, that would be the spot before they close for the night.
I'll consider that in the morning.
Fair enough.
For the time being, though, Rin's going to go in. Pay the innkeeper for someone to tend to the horse.
Well,
Singular.
it was already established you have 20 silvers for everything you need, so.
Yes, but now we don't need a room for one of us.
That's a good point. So that would put it down to 15 silvers.
and only half the treatment for horses.
10 silvers.
And get myself a nice hot meal, which I will.
And Skull
Up to
Hat,
12
half
silvers.
the meals, technically.
Well, 12 silvers is what you're looking at so far. For a meal for yourself and the horse and the room.
But I thought we don't need the
So
room.
you can pay more silvers for a finer meal.
We don't need the room.
I just need a meal for myself and tending and feed for the horse.
7 silvers unless you want a better meal.
And then I will take my nice hot meal out and set up my bedroll on the of my cart, because I'm still a suspicious fucker.
Well, for 2 silvers, that gets you a hot meal of a slice of bread, some soup, with a little bit of meat in the soup, plus a glass of water. Well, not glass, tankard, you know what I mean?
My health needs it.
You could have got a much fancier meal than that with all your fucking dosh, but hey, you do you.
Alright, so I'm... it's
At this
7 for
point,
myself and the horse.
Oh yeah, everything's been set up, and at this point it's basically dark and starting to fall, so I should jump to the others now.
Yep, go ahead.
At this point, I need Cerebus and Mogren to... it is starting to get dark for them. I need you guys to roll not the get lost check, so cunning.
+1.
You are not lost, thanks to Cerebus' high vantage point and just good sense of direction. The good news is that because of what you're going to presume the giant spider, there is not a whole lot of, say, wolves around because it probably ate them.
Probably.
So as long as you avoid that monstrosity, you're fairly certain you're safe-ish as forests go, though darkness is encroaching. You want to travel through the night or try and find a place to camp down. I'll keep in mind that the trees are not safe from giant spider.
Hmm.
You may press on through the night or get some sleep. Up to you.
We'll make any estimation of how far we are from that town.
You are a half day's travel. Give or take.
What we might run into when we get there, I vote resting through the night.
Cerebus?
Why not?
Are you going to rest for the night or keep resting through the darkness? Because it's going to get dark soon and you're still a half day's travel away.
Whatever, I'll sleep in this tree.
Keep in mind the spider can climb fucking trees.
Oh well, I'm ready for it. I'll blow myself up.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
You two are bedding down. Just marking your location on the private.
You kind of are asking Mr. Soaring Beacon of Ego there.
True. Valeria, the heroic knight who is charging into the forests. I presume you want Lorraine to do most of the tracking.
A little bit difficult for her to sniff it out, yeah.
She has not picked up the trail just yet, so presumably you just do more traveling and looking, so I'm just going to keep rolling. That'll do it. Lorraine has picked up the trail. Borf, 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 etc. Alright, I'm just checking some stuff. I need you to essentially, make a ride check for me. I don't know.
That is also at like +15 or something. I'm sorry, +5 on that, so.
Jesus Christ, go Lorraine. Alright, one more. Alright, I need a stamina check from the horse, I suppose. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't got that.
Another ride check from you, please. And a spot check from you. So, perception.
That's a flat 9, unfortunately.
Okay, unfortunately, night has fallen, although Lorraine is able to keep... Lorraine keeps, dropping and picking up the trail again, but she isn't able to remain on it consistently enough before night starts to fall. So, what do you want to do about that?
Well, I don't really want the horse breaking its leg.
That would be bad.
So she's going to have to stop.
Alright,
Let the horse... no.
Camping?
Mm-hmm.
You're all gonna fucking die in the night, you know that, right?
Well, if she gets attacked by a giant spider, she's found what she's looking for.
Good point. So you camp for the night, and so do they. Rentless Jin, your night passes fitfully because you have no friends. Except the horse, maybe.
Aw, come on.
All your friends are probably dead in the woods.
I was going to invite the companion cube, but you murdered him.
Alright, I'm rolling some stuff, so excuse me. Well, Bogren and Cerebus, I need what is essentially a stamina roll. So, Constitution.
Constitution!
And Endurance
And I
does
have
count
a
for this,
focus.
so yeah.
+1!
I have a 0 constitution, but I do have a focus and stamina, so +2.
Yep. Cerebus is more than fine. He gets a perfectly restful night's sleep. Mogren, not so much. Rough
What?
sleeping.
What do you mean?
You have a rough night because you rolled 11, which is...
No, Sarabas rolled 11.
Oh, I got this backwards. I'm dumb.
I rolled
I'm sorry.
12.
Okay, so Sarah must roll 12, so that means below average sleep because you're in a fucking tree. And Mogren, who rolled 13 plus the 14 plus the 5 stone points. Christ. Okay, so Mogren's the one who slept fine, and Cerebus is the one who did not sleep so good.
Which makes sense, because Mogren's the one not sleeping in a tree.
Yeah, that does make sense. Lorraine and Valeria. Valeria, I need you to roll a... Well, same thing as them, essentially, but I have other things to roll for Lorraine. Alright, I go ahead and roll your sleepy test then, your constitution, Valeria. You have a shit all night of sleep. And horror.
Well, that's actually not that surprising because I'm pretty sure she has to sleep in her armor.
Yeah. Alright, so dawn eventually slowly breaks. No one's been ambushed in the night, unfortunately. I did roll. However, there's a couple things of note. Lorraine did actually, technically prevent an encounter, I guess. Anyway, in the morning you find evidence of, like, something had been drawing close, but Lorraine had just sort of trotted towards it, made Lorraine sounds, and it fucked them right off.
She's a big dog.
Yeah. God damn it. Cerebus and Milgren also awaken, so essentially it's a new day for everyone. We're going to start with Valeria's hunt, because she was most likely to wake up the earliest. Because Lorraine does not like sleeping in the woods. So, morning has come. Your horse is tired, but nervous, but not wanting to be here, so in every single way, not the best mount in the world. Lorraine just wags her tail.
Anyway,
Of course.
of course. She's going to have a very light breakfast so she has the energy for the day and then begin the hunt again.
Or rolling. Right check, please. At this point, though, let's have seen your right check.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
your horse
an
is
8.
done. It's had enough of your shit. It's done with you. It stops and will not move. And Lorraine has lost all sense of its trail and looks rather sad as it just sort of puts its head on your leg and just looks like the saddest dog. Lorraine has lost any sense of the trail. The horse is done with you. It's not budging. It'll move if you get off it, maybe, but it ain't going nowhere.
That was for an attempt on animal handling on the horse.
It is willing to maybe trot. Maybe.
Well, that is also with +4.
Yeah, willing to trot, maybe. Yeah, trot. That's about the best it's going to do. It's going to trot towards the fucking... It'll trot towards wherever the fucking road is, and that's about all it's going to do for you. It is done. And Lorraine has no idea where the trail is or anything. It's... Poor dog. Lost any sense of where it was. Trail has gotten cold.
Fine. They'll return back.
The long road home. Speaking of roads home, Cerebus, Murmurin, morning is broken.
Oh,
Is
the
there
sky is
pieces
falling
of it
on me.
everywhere?
Yeah. Specifically, though, there is a impressively sized web not very far from you, a couple trees over.
I cast Fireball on it.
All right, then roll.
Not really.
All right, then.
How far is it?
13 trees off, so close to 300 feet.
I'll swing over to it. Can I see the spider from it while I'm
No.
moving?
So you do see a deer stuck in it. It's not
I'm
moving
gonna
much.
Well, big old web in the middle of a forest.
With a deer in it.
I'm gonna set the web on fire like a bat out of hell.
Well, all right.
Oh,
then.
God.
How are you setting it on fire precisely?
And I can just do it with my primal talent that makes a flame in my hands.
And you're just going to keep rubbing that on it, presumably?
I'm gonna make a flame, set a part of the web on fire, and then run for it.
Well, this web is not exactly a flammable, like, wizard's web. This is a sticky, gooish, wet substance. It doesn't catch easy. So you can keep
How
trying.
flammable is the
gonna
deer?
take. Oh, the deer is probably a little more flammable than the web. Does you want to set the deer on fire? The still alive, wiggling deer.
Don't really care about the deer. Setting the web on fire and running.
All right, Mogren, you watch your friend spend. I mean, he's going to be there like 30 minutes trying to set this web on fire. How long are you willing to sit there and wait and watch him do it?
Look, as much as you like fire, setting the entire forest on fire starting with a web is probably not the best idea.
Cerberus even have a response, or is he too busy trying to set the web on fire?
I'm setting it on fire.
You're ignoring the guy talking to you then?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, well, Mogren, unless you do something to like stop him or something, it's going to take a good half hour.
Mogren's gonna get moving.
All right, well, you get on ahead then. We're in
He
the
doesn't give a
shin.
shit about the forest. He's a dwarf. Let it all burn.
Right, we're in the shin. Morning.
Hello. Let's see here. Horse, cart, stuff in the cart, pants, ears. I'm good.
Shirt's gone, though.
Oh, damn it. I always lose that first. I'll have breakfast out of the supplies in the cart.
All right. Enjoy your hardtack dried fruit jerky.
I've gotten my gift to myself for success at the market, and
Your gift was a warm meal. You are sad. All right, moving on.
Have you not noticed that Rin's a bit downtrodden in
It's just like
downtrodden?
you got the equivalent of like going to market for like store shopping, finding about $10,000, and treating yourself to like a beer, and then going to bed.
That 6 gold is nowhere near that much.
I know. I'm just saying you found a very large amount of wealth, and then you just don't do anything with it.
Yeah, because he's not that irresponsible.
To be
I
fair, it's not
suppose.
all his money to spend yet.
He has at least 1 gold of the 5 to
Of
his
course. Of course.
So he's going to he'll go into the inn again and say good morning to the keep.
He greets you. It's obviously very sparse, but there's a few people drinking. You don't know. It smells warm though.
Is there market every day, or was yesterday just good timing?
Been a good timing, but there will be another market today before people tend to head off towards their farms and such.
Okay.
Market around here lasts 2 to 3 days, depending on income. Considering that we haven't had travelers, it would just be the 2. But since you showed up, we're definitely having it today.
Okay. Was the wine
You want some tea?
sold yesterday any good? I've never tried it.
I don't know. I haven't opened it.
Best save it for someone special then.
I'm waiting until a noble person comes along to sell it to him. It's that kind of wine. You want
Alright.
some tea? It's warm and fresh. I'll help keep you up.
Sure.
All right. Pours you a glass of tea. And by glass, I mean a small,
Probably
sort
a
of clay
clay
bullish
mug.
thing.
Yeah.
A small bucket.
No.
This tea is
something
awful
you drink
yellow.
to.
Pardon?
Do you drink?
Does the tea smell good?
It smells mostly warm, like both spice warm and just temperature warm. Heady is also a good term for it.
This'll probably... Rin, being his usual cagey self, it looks at it and looks around and makes sure that other people seem to be drinking the same tea.
Yep, it's the same stuff. Just from the smell, at least, and look.
He'll try some.
Well, it is very warming. This is definitely something that would get you up and about on a cold day. Like, definitely. It's a bit powerful, though, so it's the sort of thing you'd probably want to have, like, a water on hand if you drink a lot of it.
He will thank the innkeep and sip tentatively at it as he goes back out to hook the horse back to the cart and move it back to the market ground.
You return to market. You're fairly early, but there are others setting up, so not obscenely early. It's likely
And-
folk will come once breakfast is done.
Yep. He shall wait patiently for that and see if he has better luck with hawking the miscellaneous wares from the cart. And
Valeria, you arrive just about the same time breakfast is finishing. Well, you don't know that. You just arrive miserable with a miserable horse and a miserable dog. Train of misery has arrived.
Choo choo.
Also, your cart's missing, and so's your elf. At least try. There.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. She'll ride up to the stable, let the horse off.
The horse dunks its head in food and water, then basically does the horse equivalent of collapsing.
Likewise, she'll actually step into the inn first.
Not many people there, and the two knights are obviously not here. The innkeep is there and waves and offers you tea. Lorraine has followed you inside and is just kind of panting tiredly.
Thank you. Could I get a meal for my dog here, please?
You don't want something yourself? It's about breakfast time, so most people are done eating by now. We have toasts. We actually have jam still, thankfully, from the heart. Like,
I only have about 4 silver on me, so something within
would you
that,
like
please.
all the silver spent, or just most?
It depends.
Tell you what, give me your 4 silvers. I know your friend had just made a great deal of money, so, I mean, I already paid the bastard myself fair amounts. So,
Yes, speaking
give
of
me your 4
that,
silvers, and I'll handle you and your dog.
is he still here? I did not see him when I came in.
Oh, yes, he's at market now.
Excellent.
Slow bastard. You should have told us you brought a princeling down. He practically swept the mayor's wife off her feet. Spent more money than I've ever seen.
Boy, we'll try to recover a little bit from that statement. Well, he likes to keep a low profile, as do most of us.
Yeah, low profile, nothing. Whole town speaking about him. I got people from 8 farms over who have sent messages ahead, and sheesh, it's gonna be a crowd today.
Well, if I am expecting 2 companions, if they do arrive, and trust me, you'll know them if they do. Please give them a room on my tab and tell them they're actually, as well as a hot meal, and if you do have it available, a bath for them. I'm sure by now they will need it.
All right then. I'll keep note of all that. For now, though, I think I'll take your 4 silvers and handle you and your pup, eh?
Thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm. And at that, you're given, like you said, toast with jam. Nice jam, too. Bit of butter as well. A lukewarm, it had been roasted fairly recently, bit of chicken. And the dog just gets more chicken.
Time to eat. Om nom nom. Borf,
It's really
borf,
good.
borf.
The tea is very warming. It's what you needed after a long, hard night like that. let's see. And then at about this time, yeah, it'd be Rinlishin then the two because they're for ways off still. Rinlishin, market has sort of begun. It's quiet for now, but people are filing in and getting things. You could go shopping yourself at this point, or try to sell.
You say that there is a blacksmith, and what were those other two?
Tanner, tailor, shoemaker. What else?
Is there a bowyer?
He doesn't call him. Well, he is, but it's more of a hunting shop. If anything, it sells anything from traps to bows.
Just thought that might be pertaining to his interest.
Yeah, there's that. What else? That should be about everything. I mean, if you have something specific you're looking for.
Oh, I just wanted to know what was on the menu.
It's the sort of thing a hamlet town that is used by farmers for many miles would have.
Well, I plan on being here at market one way or another until someone else meets me or evening sets in again. So give me out of character a few more minutes to peruse the prices of things and get back to the others.
Sure. Okay, well then, obviously Valeria would finish her meal by then. It was rather fantastic considering you've been living off, like, dried fruits and jerky.
She would definitely walk up and at least give, like, 2 to 5 copper as just compliments to the chef, because she's quite happy.
They appreciate the gesture. So much so that, almost before you've realized it, Lorraine's been given a bone. And Lorraine is very happy with its bone. Judging from the size of it, I'm gonna guess deer bone.
She'll scratch Lorraine's ears.
Happy dog is happy. Has bone, got scratches. And the meal of chicken was satisfying to the dog.
And then she'll head out to find her companion.
Well, according to the innkeep, he was in market, so it's not very hard to conclude where he is.
How much of a crowd would be around the cart at this point?
No more than like 5 or 6 at a time who just sort of drift by. He's not selling currently, so it's not a huge crowd, but you can tell that the crowd is going to grow rapidly at this stage.
She'll have kind of a grin, greet him. Well, hello, my prince.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be selling to anyone who's actually interested in buying. He's...
Oh, immediately? Well, in that case, it's a little bigger crowd than that, but he's in the middle of haggling. So Lorraine interrupts that by leaping all over him and licking at him.
Ah! Not the face!
Close to the face. This is a face-looking dog.
She tastes like chicken.
Yes.
Takes another finger-sized piece of jerky and... Here you go. That way!
Nom, nom, nom.
Sorry about that.
The people all laugh and clap, and believe it or not, you're going to have a +1 in dealing with these people now because there's a dog. And Ferelden's
like
love dogs.
They really, really do.
I'm not kidding. It would be just any interaction with a Ferelden gets an automatic +1 as long as you have a pet dog, and there it is.
Yay, it helped with the Templar, yay.
So anyways, I try to finish the haggle I'm in the middle of and wave Valeria over.
Haggle is finished fairly quickly now the dog has arrived, and they move on.
And that's when she will actually say, "Greetings, my prince."
What? Oh.
You have
yes,
a bit of a reputation, apparently. Good work.
Thanks.
Rendleshin, you to clarify something. You have been greeted pretty much since you got here, started selling, almost exclusively by young women.
So in other words, Valeria might need to leave soon to keep sales up.
Maybe.
He'll say hello. You should. Fishes in a pocket. Fishes out a shiny gold piece. You're sure?
Oh, you've been quite successful.
Yeah, the gems fetched a good price, and some wine that I happen to have fetched a good price.
So to be clear, elf with noble-looking features just blew into town selling jewelry and wine. And I think that he calls him a princeling. Like, what do you think was going to happen?
Yep. Haven't had too much success with the actual contents of the cart yet, but I'm working on it. That's today's plan.
All right. For the night, as it looks like we will want to at least stay here one more night, all guard. You deserve a good rest.
Okay. A bit busy, but look around. You got like crap ton of pine needles on your back there. You have a hard night?
I had little luck in the hunt.
Okay.
Perhaps we'll try again when we've coalesced again as a group.
All right. Well, your cold armor's kind of chilling the crowd. I'll see you. I'll see
Yes.
you about.
Have fun with all the maidens. She just walks off.
Do you leave Lorraine with him, or do you take the dog with you?
She wouldn't really think about it either way, which makes me think she'd probably follow.
Yeah, that's the default. Lorraine, follow Valyria. So off you trot.
Just let me know when you want to roll for the day's worth of trading.
We'll roll for now.
Okay. With my +2 of cunning.
Well, you do finally sell some of the stuff in the cart, mostly through your reputation alone, and because the girls need an excuse to talk to you.
One moment. Would you still claim that roll is successful? Because otherwise I can't
Yes.
use the stunts.
It
Okay.
is successful. I will let you use the stunts.
I shall use it on Sway the Crowd. Your interpersonal efforts are so effective they spill over onto others in the area. You affect an additional person of your choice past the original target.
All right, you now have more women surrounding you than is probably comfortable. I'm saying around a half dozen.
Okay.
With that in mind, you sell a little more because again, they need an excuse to talk to you. 35 silvers in total sold, mostly selling like what is essentially, I guess you just call it firewood. It's just, like it's basic supplies for building. These women are buying off you because you don't really have anything else they could either A, afford or B, care about.
Construction sundries.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the sort of thing they would never buy. Honestly, it's them paying silver to talk to you at this stage.
Gotcha.
They keep complimenting your hair. And you get the impression if you let them touch you that it's going to start braiding the hair, and then who knows where it goes from there.
To hilarity.
I'm saying you might want to keep your distance and like stand on something high up.
Just, you might not need to pay for a room for the night, that's all.
I mean, yeah, it's on the table. Oh, Valeria, where are you heading off to?
Well, she has at the very least one set of armor on her that used to be what she wore.
Yeah.
So the blacksmith would be a good place to go to first.
Smithy it is. And as you go to the smithy, that means that these two hobos have finally emerged out of the fucking forest. Mogren, Cerebus, you're finally out of the fucking woods. Mogren may have started off ahead, but Cerebus can catch up quickly. He did set the web on fire, but it was a very sad fire. It burned very, very slowly. Like you got a spark going, but it just. If you've ever tried to set wood on fire, managed to put one of it on fire, then watched it, it's just kind of sad.
I don't think you know how flammable spider webbing is.
I don't
Do
think
you know any
understand
giant
this is-
spiders?
This is not like normal spider webbing. This isn't dry, dusty cobweb. This is not a normal sized spider, nor even a normal spider sized that big.
I know lots of giant spiders. Have you seen the ones in my attic?
Fair enough, but this is even giant. Point is, its web does not burn for reasons. I explained them, but you wouldn't know them. So, moving on. But there is a reason its web is not flammable. But
I
again,
blow myself up.
Stop that.
In any case, if we're coming out of the forest onto like the outskirts of town,
Mm-hmm. Or like basically here.
I see a place with horses next to it, presumably.
A horse, but yeah.
That is most likely an inn. I am heading towards inn because inn has drinks.
Cerebus, you do anything similar?
I am also heading towards the inn because I'm pretty sure it's a whorehouse.
Well, you enter and your Cerebus is disappointed, but Mogren isn't, because
To be
there's
fair-
booze here.
Once Cerberus is in there, it becomes a whorehouse.
Lol.
Hey, you, will you have sex with me for 50 silver?
Just straight punch to the gonads. Well, you enter, and the people that are there immediately stare at you like you're goddamn aliens. But the innkeep goes, "Oh, that's what she meant. Oh, I'll be here, you two." And he immediately starts setting out like food, like warm food. We're talking like sausages freshly made, some toast with some leftover jam, bit of butter. Food is being set out for you. Lots of drinks, like proper booze.
Mogren marches over and promptly sits down. Though he does have the forethought to not immediately start eating and instead stare at the guy, wondering why there's food being set out for them.
I just started.
Your friend earlier, nightly looking lady, mercenary most likely, everything's all set to go. So yeah, so if you need any refills, just say something. Your rooms are already set to go. They're at market right now if you really want to, up over there. So,
Bah, they can wait for food.
kind of what I was imagining. We still have some extra sausages if those aren't enough. The bacon's going to take another hour.
Are you slaughtering the pig for the bacon right now?
I'm gonna.
Can I watch?
No.
Don't mind him.
I know, but you haven't paid for it yet. Well, this
Don't look at
here
me,
food
Joe.
is
I have
something
one
else, but
silver.
yeah, food fresh translates into, at least in this case, very fresh.
Mogren eats.
It is astoundingly good food. I'm assuming Cerebus joins you.
I'm eating everything.
As food goes, especially after the rations you've been eating, this is nirvana. This is actually probably better than anything you've eaten in the city, actually, to be completely honest. It's fresher, it's cheaper, and it's probably a better quality.
It's Nirvana, so it doesn't exist.
Lol.
But
Not another man is around. Anyway, the booze, though, is, yeah, to be honest, not as good. That's the good cities. Like, the good stuff from the city is, like, good stuff. And even the shit stuff from the city is really strong. This is generally kind of mild as alcohol goes. It doesn't taste bad. It's just kind of steady.
It's just booze.
Yeah. Your basic beer.
I don't drink booze. It makes my eyes stop glowing.
Nice to know. Here's our water. While you two are stuffing your bellies, we're going to jump over to Valeria real quick. The blacksmith. He's busy. By busy, I mean he's mostly haggling and shouting and yelling at his apprentice and waving a big hammer around. And by big, I mean, wow, that is a soddingly stupid huge hammer for someone who's going to be using it as a tool.
After all this travel with Sarba, she's used to having a big tool around.
Lol.
Sorry, Pat. But she'll at least browse while she's waiting for service.
This man has a very large collection of tools and not much else. At least it's what's immediately available to look at. However, he does notice you and gesture and go, "What do you want?"
Looking to make a sale.
Oh, what?
She'll go ahead and take out her, She did take care of it pretty well. It's light mail armor.
Boy, what am I going to do for this?
Well, I'm pretty sure you have travelers that come through here.
It's not recent, Luke. Not recent.
That should pick up rather soon. Much of the problems on the road have been handled.
So you kill bandits. So it's like in fucking bears and weird mists and stuff.
At the very
Escaped
least,
slaves, mages threatening the town.
less weird mists at the minimum. Regardless, do you want it? I can easily sell this elsewhere.
First, I give 20 silver.
Let's see, now I gotta remember how much he actually paid for the damn thing.
What is it?
Oh, no, you're getting completely ripped off with the horse bit, yeah.
Yeah, what's this armor? Page 76.
Yeah, she's gonna haggle that one up. That's not even half price.
I know. And the reason you're getting ripped off for the horse is because they don't really have anywhere it's proper to keep care of horses. Usually people who at this kind of level travel go in one day and then just keep going. So the equivalent is just like, here's a blanket for your horse.
Sir, I know what this armor costs. It cost me...
And who am I going to sell it to?
Look.
Look around here and wear armor. A horse set in the back. Couldn't sell it.
Then you're not particularly good at sales, sir.
Oh, fuck you. What kind of good at sales? These are peasant folk, good folk of earth, you farmers. You can't sell stuff armor to a farm. What am I going to do? Go hunting with it?
Surprisingly light, actually. Very well. Since you won't even meet half the original cost, I'll take it elsewhere.
You want to trade? I'll maybe sell this to Traveler. I ain't selling the other thing to anyone, so take the cost of this off of the cost of the other.
And what is this?
$90. Boy! And then some very loud, entirely too loud for an enclosed place, shouting. You think he might be hard of hearing. He is a blacksmith. And eventually, it takes 4 of his assistants to do it, but they're offering you a set of full plate. It is not too great condition, but that's full plate.
Light or heavy?
Heavy. This looks like something a tournament night wore for some tournament at some point. It lost, judging from the hole, but or denting. A bit of a hole. It's like a small hole, but denting around it. Yeah, if you had to guess, just to looking straight at that thing, this is the investment of some farmer's son who sold his farm or something and wanted to be a knight, and it didn't go well. Considering where the dent is, if he's still alive, he probably has trouble breathing.
I'll tell you what, sir. I'll trade you gold, what I have here, and then would you be able to fix that dent for an additional fee?
Forget the fuck out of my shop, yeah. I've had this for 4 years. Sick of looking at it. Takes up too much space. No one to buy it. Fine. Gold, yarn, trade.
Alright.
Fix it all.
Make it presentable, and I will gladly trade you for that, sir.
Yeah, I got my shop. Gonna take an hour. Couple hours.
I'll return.
And then resumes screaming at people. I actually rolled for that, way before he got to this town, what kind of things he'd have, and he just happened to have that. So I had to come up with a reason as to why the fuck he has that at all, and I settled for, there was a farmer's boy who sold his entire farm and everything he owned to get that set of armor to enter a tourney and then died in the tourney.
Yeah, you need to have some good training to wear that.
Exactly.
at
He
least-
didn't realize that. So
At least trading down for something more fungible is in the blacksmith's interest.
Yeah, that makes quite a lot more sense. Like
that's why
anyone
he said
can
he
wear
couldn't
this
sell the
light
damn
mail.
thing. Yeah, light mail. I could see him selling to like random mercenaries. This no.
Yeah, Valeria can't even fully wear it without some small penalties.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of my point here, and
Though
also
she
why
still
the
wants
little
it.
nightling died.
Yeah, I have to get another talent before I can wear that thing normally.
Mm.
It's like you're gonna wear it normally. You're wearing that the second I get it to you.
Shush.
I think you need journeyman armor training for
You
that
do.
to not. Yeah.
Otherwise, it gives you a penalty.
Yep.
Regardless,
Though she doesn't need Dex as much as everyone else here.
Mm.
true. Mogren, Cerebus, you finished your meal. It was a nice meal. One of the best.
They said they were at the market. Time to go to the market.
Redlishin, you are in the middle of being aggressively flirted at by an older woman when these two arrive and save the day.
Do they,
Mostly
though?
because they draw more stairs than you.
Well, given Rin is the equivalent of a human early 20s, what are you talking? How do you mean older woman?
Oh, you'd put her just before the 40s, like really late 30s.
Gotcha. He is at the moment still trying to loyally sell his wares, but correction. At the moment, he is still trying to loyally sell the wares in the cart.
And at that point, Cerebus and Mogren arrive and draw way more attention. I would say especially Cerebus, but weirdly, Mogren's getting a lot of looks. Like more
Mogren
so than
doesn't care.
no, just it's more looks towards a dwarf next to a Quinari than you'd expect. So they can't make up their mind who they want to stare at more.
Rin's
Most-
probably too busy to notice them approaching, but if they
Valeria's
make their
approaching
way
as
straight
well.
up to him.
Everyone approach the elf.
Pretty
when
much at
Valeria
roughly the
sees
same
if someone's flirting with him, she's going to hang back and watch. She's far too amused by this.
I
Mogren
said
wouldn't
aggressive
understand
flirting.
someone's flirting with him, so.
When I say aggressive flirting, I mean aggressive flirting.
Oh, she'll then, if she sees Mogren working to interrupt, she'll definitely go over and greet them first.
Borf, 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 borf. And the party has reconvened finally. And with that, with the party finally having returned itself back to pieces from the many, many shards it managed to break itself into, we will now break for the day.
Alrighty.
Oh, my arm!
No, we're breaking the day again. We
Eh.
get to roll dex to dodge it. Falling
Lol.
shards.
Can I roll
Welcome.
perfect stealth to just fall into internal nightness or something?
Lol. Welcome to Goldberry. You're going to have some weird adventures here. I can already tell.
Run for it.
There's a gem that's talking to me and giving me the Arcane Warrior specialization.
It's not that easy. You didn't even level from this. Like, you don't get a free level out of this. You didn't interject shit.
No,
Riddle shit, if anyone got the most XP, he barely did anything.
Hey, I did
That's how you get in
something.
the game.
You rode in the middle of a woods and got lost.
And I talked us out of the Templar conflict.
That was you and Rin.
I should get experience.
It was
on blowing myself
mostly
up.
her. I want to give Religion as much credit as due, but she mostly talked out of that one.
Fair, but that's not enough to level.
I'm just saying, give credit where credit's due. That's all. We don't
You
let
know what? I'm giving all the
whatever.
credit to Lorraine. Fuck you.
I got
Lorraine's most
experience
work.
from blowing
Lorraine's
myself
awesome.
up.
That's
I
fair.
learn more from failure.
Before we break, I want to get this bit of bookkeeping out of the way so I don't forget. Mogren, Cerebus, good to see you. Here. He fishes in his pockets and hands them each a gold coin.
You are now both 1 gold richer.
Gold!
How many silver is 1 gold?
100.
As a heads up, I'm gonna need some sort of silver eventually.
Considering he made he made 5 to start with, then an additional 1 for 6.
I'm actually
Technically speaking,
hoping out of
there's
character-wise, we can find some sort of, at least leather collar / harness for Lorraine for combat.
Yes, Lorraine does have equipment slots and can take equipment. You just need to give her.
Because it benefits all of us if she can take a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get her a
Let's
leather
make
harness
tiny
that would
armor
improve
for
her
her.
armor.
Pardon, Brad?
Let's make tiny knight armor for her with a little visor.
Yeah, actually, the
mean-
plate armor, she's just gonna put the, on...
Thank you for this plate armor. Puts it on the dog. What? What are you doing? What? Sir Borf.
Well,
Sir,
we fed the whole farm boy to him, and he's still not very tough, so we got the armor as well.
Oh, Lord. Alright, so in pocket, finger quotes, over in Lishan right now, is the additional 2 spare gold. He's already passed out everyone's share of 1 gold from the gems. And there's an additional 2 gold from the combination of wine plus excess, so...
What do you say we just sell everything in the cart and then not bring it where we're supposed to and run off somewhere?
You can always do that, yeah, but that's for later. For now, we done.
But I don't want to be cooked.
Too bad.